What's up? What's up? Let me see here. Hold on a minute. Mic check. Mic check. Let me know how my audio is doing. Been having a lot of weird issues with the computer. What's up, everyone? So, I have a little bit of echo going on. Hold on a minute. Mic check, 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 check. Okay. All right. 1 second, guys. We're going to get started here. Okay. I got it fixed. All right, we're good. So, much love, everyone. So, today, what are we going to get into? I got kind of a game plan here. Hold on a minute. I got kind of a game plan for today. Let me get what background I want here. Okay, guys, what's up? Much love, everyone. Yeah, I've been getting deep into these. Man, there's an echo. Hold on a minute. There's like a really bad echo here. Let me plug in my other headphones. Okay. I had to take a break from these parasites, people. It's a lot. It's still an echo. Whatever. It's a lot, so taking a little bit of a break. But we have much more information on this subject to present for sure. And also a lot of remedies and things that I've been doing, but I want to do it myself before I, really talk about a lot of things. But I've been feeling a lot better, for sure. I've been extra tired though. This echo is not gonna work, people. Let me see here. Mic check. Okay, it's better now. There we go. Much love, everyone. So today, we're going to be getting into, well, I was listening to a near-death experience stream from, what's his name? Forever Conscious Research Channel. And it really had me thinking about this, and it kind of got me back on this vibe, of the afterlife, the light, all this stuff going on with this. And it just, so I want to come here. I want to discuss this subject again. So that's what we're going to do today. And hopefully, we can turn this into a long stream. And we're going to kind of begin, I'm going to begin in the chat, but we're going to begin going through, something's not right. I don't know what it is. Something's off. So we have a lot of things. I really want to get into also, there's a lot of interesting information on the Cathars and the Gnostics, these demigods, things like that. And these, I've been learning a lot about it since I've been gone. Because this whole parasite thing really just had me in a just, I don't even know what to say, people. So we can do another 50 hours of streaming that I have ready for the next one. But I need to take a break from it. It is way too much. So these crusades with the Cathars and the Gnostics is very interesting, with the Vatican Church trying to kill all these people that believe that the God of the Old Testament is a fake God. And it's pretty interesting. So we're going to be getting into that, the demiurge and near-death experiences. So I really want to start covering near-death experiences here. And so we have a few videos to go through, but I might pull up his video that I was listening to because I like his take on it, and then we can give our take and kind of have more perspectives on the same video, which I think would be good. And we're also going to be going to the Tricked by the Light website, because there's something big to this, people. So we're going to be going on his website, and we spent a little bit of time before on the SOULTRAP streams. But what's up, everyone? Let's go in the chat real quick and get started. Shout out to Heather. Very interesting stuff that you were presenting over there. Very interesting. I've been actually doing my own research on that. So you're definitely onto something. What's up, Frank and Quantum Epic? Swervin'. So yeah, I've been making a lot of changes. What I've been doing is I bought this garlic vape from one of Jesse's during my interview. I bought that. So I was dealing with some serious pain, arm pain, and left hand arm numbness that started getting worse and worse. Ended up in the ER and everything anyways. So in the last week, I started vaping this garlic vape. Okay. So I don't know what did it, but the whole thing I was dealing with has gone away to like very minimal. I don't know if it's the garlic vape, because this garlic vape is interesting. When you eat garlic, it's something like 3% of the garlic ends up in your bloodstream where you want it. 3% of what you consume. When you vape it, it's 99% of the garlic immediately goes in your bloodstream. And it was like $80 for a little tiny thing. But I bought it. Anyways, so I started vaping this garlic every day a little bit. I started doing this castor oil cleanse. Taking a bunch of things like wormwood, CBD, just a bunch of other things. And then I did that one bath thing. But in the last 3-4 days, no numbness in the hand. So I don't know what did it, but something I did, I believe, has fixed that. So blood pressure stabilized and everything. So I don't know if it's that garlic vape or what, but something I did. What's up, Truden? Sunkiss, much love. So we're gonna get in the zone here. And so we're kind of getting, to be honest, a little bit into the soul trappy vibe, but I don't like to use that term. It's more of awareness of the afterlife and the tricks going on and the weirdness and this whole program that's written in the afterlife, obviously. And so I think it's probably the most important thing we need to be aware of in this life, people. So we're going to be getting a lot into that, but not to be negative and things like that, but I think that this is a big subject. Talking about these demigods, this AI, and you know what? The realest YouTubers or the realest people that I follow seem like they're all kind of on the same thing, talking about these things. And everyone else is still talking about the same thing over and over again. But I don't really know because I don't listen, but I can only imagine. So, so I want to revisit this topic, and we're going to be getting into it in a minute. What's up, Jency, Venus, and Malcolm? Something is just off. I don't know what it is, people. Something's not right. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I feel way more clear-minded, people, more than I have in a long time. So I don't know what did it. I've been eating a lot less meat and things like that. A lot less. And I've been juicing every day as well. I bought a cheap juicer on Amazon. And I started juicing all these different things every day, twice a day. So something I did in there. I was dealing with cognitive issues, forgetting things. You know, even when I would stream, it was like, you know, going, just weird cognitive things going on. And it's like starting to correct itself with something I'm doing. Okay, what's up, Jake? You could talk about Kit Kat and ponder if once had a dash. Could be the cool kid and get lots of bot subs that way. something's going on with YouTube. So just remember, the only way that we're going to find more amazing people in the community, the only way we're going to connect with more people is by you guys sharing it. The ball's in your guys' court. You know what I mean? But something happened with YouTube, I think 8-9 months ago or a year ago. And I noticed on my channel too. But even some big channels I follow with hundreds of thousands of subscribers, they would get 50,000 views minimum a video, are all of a sudden getting 800 views, 1,200 views. And so I've been seeing channels, they're creating a new channel because, like, I don't know what's going on. I have 80,000 subscribers. All of a sudden I get 500 views on a video. And these are big channels that, you know, have millions and millions of views. So I don't know what's going on, but the ball's in your guys' court on whatever happens with this channel. What's up, Mary? Three Fingers. Heather. Cage. What's up, Cage and Malcolm? Actually, I'm just gonna have the link pinned. I'm just gonna put it now just if somebody wanted to come up, but no pressure. Just so it's there. If anyone feels the need. And we're gonna do a vote in the chat. I want to see what you guys think about how we're gonna get into these near-death experiences. Moab's link? What's Moab? Okay, so what's up, David? John Harpool. Nice to see you, bro. So that's the thing with these parasites. I mean, we could talk about it. There's something deep going on with this people. And based on my research, I mean, you have contradicting information all over the place, but getting deep into certain scriptures relating to parasites and things like that, and then these mind-controlling parasites that's in literally everybody, almost. That's what my conclusion came to. These ones that connect with your neural network. And just as long as, don't forget, on their programs, as long as just because maybe it doesn't affect you as much, doesn't mean it's not affecting other people. And we see these people around us. We see them denying truth in their face. We see this program going on. And I think that these parasites are playing a role because they do connect with your neural networks. And so in different people, they're creating a different effect, connecting with our neural networks. And this is we got to remember that this is technology. This isn't little bugs. This is technology, my friends. I've been seeing experiments as well. That's actually good news. These microparasites of people taking their blood and putting some of these microparasites with their blood and putting underneath the microscope. And it shows like their white blood cells and their blood attacking the parasites. You know what I mean? So that was some good news to see because these microparasites are just super, I don't even know what to say about those right now, people. I did a drop dive, turned my stomach. Quantum Epic, Lara, Loosh, and Bear Jew. So where to begin with today? Let's do a vote in the chat. I'm gonna think of a vote. That way, what's up? What's up, Jack? And Rory? Bit of Venom. Interesting. Yeah, when I did the bentonite clay bath, I'm telling you guys, when I did that, I definitely felt different. Like I felt like there was toxins coming out. You know what I mean? Like it definitely is a detox thing that people should do. Um, I got so tired, and I already got tons of sleep the night before. I literally got like 17, I'm not joking. It's like 17 hours of sleep after, people. I woke up feeling like $1,000,000. So we have Cage here. He's Atlantis. If you have any videos, bro, feel free to share. Actually, I wanted to revisit that video of that one guy when we were talking about the the SOULTRAP on the last one. I don't know if you have that link. What's up, Emilios? I'm not going vegan. It could have something to do with the microdosing, but I've been doing that for a while. What's up, Mark Basket? Mass targeting, I know everyone talks to anything real. They have massive streaming issues. Something is going on. They're not recommending things as much. And then the AI is kind of playing games with us where they're trying to put us in where we're not truly connecting. We're all in these same communities. We all know each other. We're kind of stuck around here. Every once in a while, we might get some people outside of it to discover us, but something's going on. And when I see channels with hundreds of thousands of subscribers and the same thing happening, something's definitely going on. Cage is here. I'm about to add him on. All information is strict by our government. They don't want us to get the real information outside our country. What's up, Rachel? What's up, Four Jacks? And Jeeps. Okay, so Hurricane. Let's add this guy on and see what he's got to say. Here we go again. Okay, there it goes. What's up, bro?
Just checking in, Ian. Thank you for having me.
Okay, you have anything to say?
Yeah, we can get deep into it. If you want to play a video, I found like a really hard to find like proper channel, and it really explains a lot of this stuff. You know?
Dude, you are an AI bot, bro.
No, I'm not.
Put the video in the back chat. If it's the video I'm thinking of, then you're you're an AI, dude.
I guarantee it's not the video you're thinking of, and then we'll prove that I'm not an AI. Or what the fuck that is.
Okay, I got that video, Rory. We'll probably pull that up first. Okay, yeah, go ahead. We might just begin with this video because Rory always posts interesting things. So, Deleted Truth is a great channel.
I put it in the private chat, Ian.
Okay, let's see.
This will explain a lot more, you know.
What does that have any importance, dude? I don't get it. Why can't you come up here? Why can't you just come up here and teach us, show us something? Why do you have to share a video, dude? Give us some knowledge. Give us some real shit.
All right, well, ask me a question. I'll answer it.
Let's pull this up, see what this is about. Will I get a 10,000 subscribers? Okay.
No, you won't. It's definitely not copyright. You're fine. I wouldn't fucking go sit here and try to give you something that's gonna fuck up your shit.
I don't care if it's copyrighted because I'm not
It's
monetized.
not. It's definitely not.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying I could
But
tell it's not.
it
But
isn't. Yeah.
just so you know, though, I was playing someone's video like this, and they gave me a copyright strike for it. So it could be copywritten.
They won't do that. How much you want to
I'm
bet?
not
I
okay.
guarantee.
I'm
I
just making a
promise.
point. I
Never
don't
let me
need.
up here ever again. Then okay. If that gives
Okay.
you that, it's not gonna happen.
I know it's not. I'm making a point that what's that channel name? Next Level Soul reported me to YouTube and the copyright thing, and they gave me a copyright strike for playing his video.
Well,
So
Welcome to
that
Hidden
was some
America.
person that was
I don't
watching me
need
trying to
to,
fuck with
bro.
me.
I don't necessarily need a response. I'm just making a point.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
let's see what
fine though.
this is.
You're fine around me.
Today's episode is called The Tree of Life and the Seven Planes of Existence. Today we're going to talk about esoteric cosmology, the tree of life, and the constantly evolving universe. Hindu, Buddhist, and Norse cosmology and shamanic tradition talk about an ever-expanding world tree or a cosmic mountain, Mount Meru, which is a visual representation of the different dimensions or planes of existence. In the Hindu tradition, there is said to be at least 31 different worlds or lokas, each at a different vibratory rate. Today, we'll talk about the 7 major planes of existence in the Tree of Life, which helps to show the divine, the source, all the way down to inanimate matter. A plane.
I'm not trying to get to much cosmology. I'm trying to get into these fucking demigod parasitic system that we're in this parasitic afterlife that we're gonna create.
And these fucking parasites, these fucking goof motherfuckers, this is what they believe in. If you want to learn their game, you're on their board. Then you
So
have
this is what they believe in, but it's not the truth.
no, it's low level bullshit. But either way, you know you have to fucking never outshine the master. You gotta learn their system. So if you want to fucking have a defense against it or not be in it, you know.
We'll give it a shot.
Plane is a level of existence, a thought or development. Now, these worlds or dimensions merge at the center with our physical planet on which we live. Hence, Earth being an anagram for heart, the solar systems, and all that is known about the universe. Now, in previous videos, I explained the law of 7, which the universe is based upon. Just as there are 7 colors in the rainbow and 7 tones in a musical scale, each with a different vibratory rate, there are 7 planes of existence on the spectrum of creation. As above, so below. As within, so without. All the planes of existence are interconnected to form the whole of creation. This is what they mean when they say your body is an exact replica of the cosmos. These worlds are not separate from you, but make up who you are. Now, like humans, the Earth has 5 bodies or worlds, each composed of different types of matter: the physical, the etheric, the emotional, mental, and casual. Now, the slowest and densest of the 7 planes is the physical plane, or Malkuth, the world of action. This is where we are now. This includes your etheric body, or what Theosophists would call.
I don't know, dude.
It gets deep. It's really good knowledge, you know.
This isn't that deep, dude. I've
It is. It's
watched
surface
all
level.
this stuff. I've seen dozens and dozens of hours of research on Bro Sanchez's channel, getting deep into all these cosmologies, all these different realms, and this and that. And then it's like, oh, this. It's just okay.
And you
So
know
now
what it is?
what?
And they're always trying to be parasites, right? The parasite needs a host. Okay, you want me to tell you some fucking knowledge? What happened was, like, with these parasites, these mosquitoes, these fucking bloodsuckers, whatever you want to call them. You know what I learned when I was young? My dad taught me. We're in the fucking forest, and yeah, I'm getting attacked by mosquitoes, parasites, da 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 da. And he's like, son, it's pretty much It's an illusion in a way, but he didn't really say that. But I learned after what he was trying to say. He's like, okay, let them land on you. Parasite what? Let them land on you, and guess what? They put their fucking needle in there, and they can't escape it after. Now you want to fucking take something from me? You know what's gonna happen? Or not from me, from anybody, from any good people. You know what's gonna happen? Non-parasites. You know what's gonna happen? Yeah, let him take it. And what he did is he showed me in personal, real life, in real reality, physicality. Yeah, you let it land on you, and you just squeeze the skin around you. You apply pressure, and you let it take. You let it take it, and it explodes after. And guess what? To tell all the little parasite friends and mosquito friends, yeah, you can't fuck with him or them or whatever it is, you know. And they go after the weak. They go after the low-hanging fruit. That's what the parasites go after, and it's all fucking subconscious programming. But yeah, what are your thoughts on that?
I don't know. You're trying to relate what I understand about parasites to mosquitoes, so I don't.
Well, that is kind of like a parasite. It's like a bloodsucker.
What do you got to say about the demiurge, these demigods declaring themselves as God, these fake gods that everyone's worshiping? Are you Googling demigod? Dude, in your own mind, what is this demigod?
All right, well, now I have to look at the etymology of demi and the etymology of God. Okay, so a demigod is they think it's a fucking demon. It's a fucking daemon. In computing, for example, there's a daemon is a background process that works without the user's input, regardless. It's running in the background regardless, fucking around. The parasite. You know? I ain't Googling anything.
Okay, you didn't tell me anything special.
Of course, there's nothing new under the sun. I can't come over here and tell you anything fucking special or new. But what we can do is we can realize it, and then it's about the application, right? The more you know, the less you understand. That's how they fuck around with people, right? So it's just like hit you with all these different information, program. Where now it's like, okay, there's so much. It's an informational overload, and now you have no structure, no form, no fucking no base or foundation.
Who doesn't?
Not you. I'm saying people in general. That's how they act, and that's what they do with the majority of the population. Over here, we're different. Okay, the people listening to me, you, them, it's whatever. The majority of the people here, yeah, they're not in that, but we all are in it to a different degree. Like, what degree do you want to go to? How deep do you want to go? Either way, they're parasites, and they're trying to feed off of you. And yeah, that's the real parasite. You know what it is? It's done through the mirror. You go look in the fucking mirror, you're gonna realize, okay, that's how they're doing it.
Expound on that.
Because you look in the mirror, it's all an illusion, it's all a projection, you know? Like you're in a fucking dream. It's like you go look in the mirror, and you go look in your eyes, and you're like, okay, now you realize it's a projection. Now, like, you know, we have to create a form. You know, once you know how their game is running, how they're playing their chess.
All right, let's expose these parasitic gods, people.
Mm-hmm. They're just a bunch of fucking idiots. They're idiots, man. It's fine. Everyone's gonna be whatever this shit is. I'm not gonna call them. You can't really call them anything. But I'm saying whatever this shit is, this program that they're trying to run, they think they can get away with it, right? They think they can go around and get away with it and not be held accountable. I guarantee all these fucking people are. You know, what did you say? These people are disgusting. Yeah, they are, and they're gonna get held accountable. Eventually.
When is this gonna happen? I mean,
now, if you want.
Okay, right.
You know.
Okay, I would think that the accountability is by us raising our awareness of how this parasitic system goes beyond this material reality that we're in. that would be, our awareness of this would be payback enough, you know? So to say, oh, it's just another religion. Oh, don't worry, they're all going to be this. Any day our Savior's coming, this and that. It's like, it's gone on long enough. You know what I
No,
mean? I'm
that's
not going to wait
bullshit. No,
around.
you have to make, yeah, you can't wait around. You can't fucking hope that some savior's gonna come get you and help you. You're your own savior, okay? You have to take control. That's what they tried doing. They're moosing you. It's fugazi. They're trying to fucking, you could take control and look in the mirror and really deal with this shit. We can operate it way better than that, you know? Once you realize, like, you know, it's all a projection of your mind. We can get way deep into that too.
Well, like I said, I think a lot of you guys that's on your level, Cage, have got it wrong. So that's what we need to discuss, people, before we get to this video, is manifestation.
Yeah,
And I think almost all of you guys, even me, had manifestation wrong. We talk about, oh, everything's your projection. You create everything, and we're these creator beings creating everything around us. But meanwhile, we have these all-time awareness beings running the show, a parasitic system that's also manifesting. You know what I mean? What it wants.
Can I say something, please?
Yeah.
Remember that old saying, right? It's right under your nose. Literally, physically, what's right under your nose, Ian?
My upper lip.
Your mouth. And why do you think there's an indentation in that? Well, but pretty much, yeah, it's right under. Yeah. It's right under. It's right under your nose. It's literally coming from your speech. It's through the language that we use, right?
Oh, that's another parasitic system. It's just limitations, these languages too.
That's what I mean. So I'm saying, like, okay, so if we say things like that, now we're limiting ourselves. What do you mean? Like, you know? Like,
no, we're raising our awareness because everyone has manifestation wrong. That's the thing. Because they even think like, oh no, whatever you want to believe, that's what you're going to deal in the afterlife. Yeah, no. Whatever the best setting is for you, the Matrix provides. But I can guarantee you can't think to myself, when I die, I want to go to a spiritual Disneyland and blah, blah, blah. It's not going to happen.
No, it isn't. But they trap you through the spelling, right? Like, and through the thought. Because the thought, think about like how the thought's, created, right? Like you have a little inner voice and you think, oh, I can or cannot do this. And that right there is limiting by itself, right? Like, oh, okay, good or evil or left or right or up or down. Now you're just through that language alone and that thought, you're creating a form, a structure, a cage that you're put into. So it's like oh, good or bad or right, wrong, all that, and now you're put into it, and now you have by proxy. There has to be an equal opposing force. So now you're trapped into their fucking language, spelling.
But that's what you're doing right now. You're using their language. So it's so.
That's the only way I can communicate, though. You figure out their
structure.
Well,
if you're advanced and all this stuff, then you should be beyond all this.
But you can. But if you come back and you try talking to people, how are you going to communicate? Okay, we can communicate in different ways, and it doesn't work like that most of the time. So I have to sit here and fucking talk to you, and I have to use English language, right? Tetragrammaton. Why is there 26 characters in there? You can go all into it, alpha and beta. It's you can go all into it. The Tetragrammaton.
I've gone down that rabbit hole.
Yeah, so there's another rabbit. So that's what I'm saying. There's a structure that they're fucking with people through the language that we use. Like you're saying, these people are disgusting. Okay, by proxy, that means there's people that are not. There's people that are the exact opposite of that. You can't have one without the other, and they trap you with your language and your thought.
Okay, well, we're getting the fuck out of here if they, you know what I mean? That's the goal.
Yeah,
we got to live our lives, enjoy your life, people. But I'm telling you, when I was listening to these near-death, we're going to get to these. When I was listening to this near-death experience, I thought to myself, like, wow, if the afterlife is all this deceptive vibes, and I can't get over it. I can't get over watching these near-death experiences and all these OBEs, NDEs, and just, I'm getting this pure deception vibe from all of them. They're all being deceived. And I thought to myself, well, if all these guys are being deceived in the afterlife, then what does that say about this world? You know? So...
Well, that's fucking necromancy at that point. Oh, now we have the alarm going off. See, I'm talking too much.
Okay, we're going to get to this video Rory posted. He always posts interesting videos. And we're going to... So we're probably going to we're going to go on trickbythelight.com after this, and we're going to just go from there and then get into some NDEs as well. Because there's something big there for sure. And so let's see what this is about. This is from Deleted Truth. This is a great channel, by the way, people. Let me share his channel. This guy posts amazing videos. So there's his link right there. Let me get rid of some of these tabs here and we're going to get started. Okay. So much love, everyone. We're just getting started right now. And the link's available, but much to get into. And hopefully I don't get throttled. If I get throttled on videos, it's going to be a big problem. So this is the deal. If I start getting throttled again, I'm done with StreamYard and we're going to OBS. I'll use StreamYard for, like, obviously the panels, but I'm going to start using Zoom or OBS or just a different software if it throttles me, because it could be StreamYard. All right. I'm telling you, they're eating us, the chicken says. You and your conspiracy theories, LOL. That's a good meme right there. We've been trying to tell people, you know. That's exactly the type of place that we're in and state we're in. We're letting them know, dude, they're trying to eat us, and then they're telling us we're conspiracy theorists.
Have you taken the red pill? For decades.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna get throttled, guys.
Media, spiritual leaders, and preachers have drilled into us the idea that when we die, we should go toward the light. But what is this light, and why should we blindly follow?
What's up with this light, people? What's up with this programming with the light and making connections with all these OBEs? What's up with this, people? Pure deception.
Follow it. Is it truly a gateway to eternal peace, or is it a trap set by unknown entities?
Is this heaven?
No.
It's time to rethink our beliefs and truly examine the nature of the light and its purpose. Don't be afraid to question everything and uncover the truth. Fellow truth seekers, since the release of The Matrix, we have been awakened to the possibility that our perception of reality is not what it seems. The words of Morpheus to Neo were more than just popcorn fodder. They were a call to arms, a challenge to question the nature of our existence. So many of us feel a splinter in our minds, a sense that something is not right.
Oh, this is gonna piss me off, guys. So let's check this out.
There's like a fire, Ian. There's like a fire coming from...
Okay, I don't want to hear that, dude. That's too loud, please.
Yeah, sorry.
I hope you're okay, but please. It's just like... the Gnostic Jimmy urge. And you got to ask yourself, with the Gnostics and the Cathars, people, there's a lot of information. I don't know what to believe. You know what I mean? Like, my mind's wide open. That a lot of this history could just be bullshit. You know what I mean? Or copied and pasted from another reality or something. Or I don't know what's fabricated. But there's definitely something here with this demiurge thing. You got to ask yourself, why did the Catholic Church, a lot of you people that's falling for this damn religion thing, why were they so adamant about slaughtering brutally all the Cathars and the Gnostics and anyone else that was trying to pass this message to everybody, that the God of the Old Testament and the New, in my opinion, is not the true God and is a demigod? So we're gonna read this real quick. We're gonna come back to that video, but you got to ask yourself, why were they so adamant at slaughtering these people if they had the truth? You know what I mean? The Gnostics identified the demigod, the God of the Old Testament. The Gnostic scriptures portray him as an ignorant, malicious, and utterly inferior to the true God who sent Jesus in earth to save humankind from the demiurge's evil world. So, where was it? He has all these names, Yahweh, all that stuff. Where was this big point here? The Gnostic text describes him as an androgynous being, an arrogant beast that resembled an aborted fetus in both appearance and character. Had the body of a snake, the head of a lion, with eyes like lightning bolts. In ancient Greek philosophy, the lion was frequently a symbol of irrational passions. The Gnostics were steeped in the Greek philosophical tradition, so the description of the demiurge as a lion's head yeah, from his lonely position where blah, blah, blah. Beings who are like him and could help him administer the material world. He then created this is the God that's ruling over. This is the God of this world. It's not the true creator. Okay, don't get it confused. All you people that's swearing allegiance to this fake God in religion isn't the true God. You're praying to a demigod. Okay? He created the material world, which, like all creations, was a reflection of the personality of its creator. So I don't want to get too much into this. This isn't where I wanted to begin. But it's interesting with the Gnostics and the Cathars when they were preached that this Satan is the God of the Old Testament. And this place has been hijacked. And this isn't the true creator God. And they went out of their way to slaughter all of them for centuries.
You know what's
Dude,
funny?
please.
Sorry for the noise, but listen, you know what's funny? They're trying to tell me, oh, there's smoke in the basement. You're fine. Just wait until proper instruction.
Okay. Dude, the noises. Okay.
They said just leave and now it's done. See? Now they're trying to talk on me. They're saying there's smoke in the basement. And I'm like, don't panic. There's something been burning. I've been smelling it for a while here. And now something's on fire down here. Because I'm fucking trying to bring the truth out, and this is how they move. Okay, so I'll just unplug it all. Probably shut the fuck up, too.
So we're going to be getting more into the Gnostics and the Cathar stuff, hopefully a little bit. I don't want to start here, but there's a lot of interesting things with this. And I'm not totally with all the Gnostics and Cathars and stuff, but they definitely were onto something. And the fact that the Vatican and all these clowns were trying to slaughter all of them tells me that they were onto something as well. That's all I got to say. So let's see. We're going to come back to that stuff. What's up, Axis?
Oh, excuse, hold on. Excuse me. I just talk about getting the truth out, right? Oh man, sorry about that. But I truly am.
You're good.
No, I come up. I know Cage is extremely knowledgeable about such things. I am divergent in such things, and Thought I'd come up as maybe a resource or something to bounce off of for you, because this is also one of the paths that I chose to study, and I really appreciate your endeavor into this. I put it into your comment. I'm glad to see your growth, man, and I am here
Thanks,
for
bro.
any type of resource that you need at the moment.
No, I appreciate that. Yeah, definitely like what you have to say about this stuff.
Thank you.
And you had a near-death experience yourself, but you kind of went to a void, right?
You
didn't
really
see any like beings or them trying to talk to you or anything.
No, it was just absolute peace, contentment, a sense of wholeness. There was no light. There was no, sky daddy. There was no relatives. It was just an overwhelming sense of abundance, a peace that, like I said, I'm angry that I come back, and I've been resentful for that. It's just fulfillment. It's just absolute contentment and happiness. I don't want to loop, but that's it. That was my experience. Both times.
Interesting. We got Wesley here as well. Good morning, sir. Or good afternoon, sir.
Hi. Yeah, the only time you felt the peace is when you had the vision from Jesus. Here, I'll show you a picture of it. You're going to have it again on February 22nd. That's the dream Jesus gave to you that you all had every day for 21 years that he told you to tell. If you don't tell it, and you're not going to, sadly, you're going to lose everything you have and be made homeless. There's
I'm not sure. I'm catching what he.
And the orange red in the bottom leaves.
Jesus doesn't talk to me. I don't.
Jesus gave to every one of you that you saw every day for 21 years.
I don't follow your Jesus, sir.
Yeah.
Well, then get your Omnibar, your Omnimark, and get your $32,523 and eat the tuna fish.
I actually listened to Jesus' teachings, and I tap into what he said. You can do greater things than I. He didn't want to be worshipped like all you guys are worshiping him.
The mark of the beast that you'll take is going to be called the Omni. It will be branded into your skin, a barcode. Now, you're going to get 32,523 crypto dollars, but you're going to be under martial law, and there's not going to be much food. And you're going to get great scabs on your faces and loins when your souls, those dead ashes, are revealed by Jesus.
Is this what all you guys are? You guys all manifesting this? Thanks for trying to manifest that.
If I may, sir.
Lie until you're marked.
Excuse me. If I may, sir.
Go ahead.
It sounds like you're speculating on something that hasn't happened, and it sounds like you're extremely indoctrinated by your beliefs. I am not. I am not at all.
You're dead. You are asleep and dead inside.
I think that you don't have that call.
Very negative.
I just want to remind you, when you get the Omni, you're going to get the black, and you're going to fall dead in the streets. So go get one.
Well, thank you for wishing that on me. That's exactly what type of energy I don't want.
What? I would have liked to have a conversation, but it's just judging and all this negative stuff's going to happen, and all these horrible things. I mean, if your God's so great, where's the you know what I mean? It's all this negativity, and you're going to have the mark, and this Jesus, like what? It's just pure programming. Honestly, I just can't.
It is, Ian, and I can personally for myself, anytime you wish, take their indoctrinated God, even the Old Testament indoctrinated God, and dismantle it to the point where you come to fundamentally.
We're having some audio issues on your. You're not coming in very clear right now.
Hold on.
Yeah. I would rather have a conversation than just like throwing out these random things. I mean, I like the different views and perspectives, but it's kind of the same thing.
Is that better?
Have you guys ever seen the dimensions of heaven? Let me say something again.
I said, can you hear me now, Ian?
It's just a little.
Yeah.
I can hear you. It's just a little bit crackly. If you guys ever look up do you ever look up the dimensions of heaven axis? That's in the Bible.
Yes, I have.
Look at this.
If I need to, I
Yeah,
can switch the device.
Yeah, I would try to
Okay,
switch
let
because
me
it's pretty
switch the device.
crackly.
Gotcha.
You guys want to? Yeah, no worries. I definitely want you up here. Look at the dimensions of heaven, people. It's a cube. There's the dimensions of heaven. You want to be in that box from that demigod? Go ahead. I'm not going to that heaven. That God fucked it up in the first place. It's fake God. Just because some being long ago declared himself as God doesn't make it the God. Okay? The true God. All right? I deal with the true creator, not these demigods that they gave us. So if you want to be in that cube and box yourself in and box the creator in, go right ahead. I'm not. Let's go back here. Let's check this video out. Hopefully it plays better.
With the world. We don't know what it is, but we can feel it. The world is coming apart at the seams, and there seems to be no end to the anxieties we have about our society's future. But it's more than just the obvious
Oh my God, people. It has to be
problems
StreamYard.
we can see on the surface.
It has to be StreamYard while it's playing videos like this. Everything is fine when I'm not here, when I'm not streaming. Everything is perfect. But once I'm streaming, the video just buffers. It has to be StreamYard, dude. Or they're fucking with me. It's one or the other. Sorry, guys. Let's...
There's something fundamentally wrong with the nature of reality itself. Something corrupt. We feel a profound sense of emptiness here, and nothing ever seems to fill it. We know deep down we are meant to be full, but we're not sure what's missing. It seems like we should be able to remember. Have you ever felt like the world is not your home? We see things that remind us of where we belong, but we can never fully capture that sense of belonging. As C.S. Lewis called it, we're living in the Shadowlands, a world that is not quite real. We're easily tricked into believing that this is all there is, that this is the only reality. But this is just a simulacrum. This is a false copy of the true reality. The Matrix was more correct than we realize, and the filmmakers behind it were not the first to notice. Many people have died and gone to another place. They had experiences there.
Let's test out your audio.
Testing. 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah, it's clear now.
Okay, thank you, Ian. I apologize for that.
No, you're good.
I've been having problems with StreamYard here lately too, Ian. I've endeavored into some pretty heavy research, and I've been sharing with Max Vision, Dom, and me and Dom went pretty deep with Max on the effects of present frequencies in the silent war, and even the state of being from this plane of existence to the unseen, the minuscule spectrum we have. And after we went through that, man, I've had nothing but trouble. Connections, people getting booted, even playing my own music has been an issue since that particular conversation. So just to confirm you.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think they're really, really paying an extremely amount of close attention to us, whether it be machine learning or whether it be an actual physical person. I think they're really cracking down and trying to compartmentalize people with our type of thinking.
Exactly what's going on, and you can tell on YouTube.
Yeah, oh yeah.
With all these channels too.
Yeah, I've had to
because if you even just search open panels or things like this where you can have conversations, communities, you'll just see there's not that many, but yet there's literally thousands of them. They're like hiding all these communities from us.
Yeah,
seems.
yeah. You know, my channel and the live stream department is really, you know, starting to take off, and I'm getting views. My videos are starting to pick up really well, but it's the content, and I get people kicked from my panels. I got kicked 3 times last night. My reach is other platforms, and I'm bringing people in from other platforms that are subscribing. It's just all it was one show, and that's all it took, Ian. One show, and they came down and throttled my ass, and they're still on me. So, but I'm going to endeavor, just like you, man. I'm not going to let them win.
No, I'm not going to either. Sometimes it does get discouraging on YouTube a little bit sometimes, but I'm beyond that now. I'm beyond the internet dopamine and looping for the most part. We all loop in some ways, right? But I really want to hit the hardcore topics, figure this place out.
Precisely.
But yeah, there is something that changed with what I've been seeing people say. There's something that YouTube changed their algorithm in their terms of service 9 months ago. And this all kind of started 9 months ago ish. So it looks like something happened with their algorithms or whatever, their AI, whatever it is.
If I may elaborate, Ian, you know that there's a type of social engineering going on. And I think they're taking, I did a post, you know, even in this reality, groupthink is hive-mindedness. Now, we both know that there has been a type of new age approach to the mega churches. And I think that they have an agenda because these people have already presented themselves as indoctrinated sheep to not only infiltrate and kind of influence those types of churches or belief systems, because they're easily manipulated as long as they're paying attention to the, we'll call it the deliverer of the message. And fringe people like us, you know, we're not as abundant, and they know that with us, we're not going to just drink the Kool-Aid. And I think this is a system of elimination and a system of indoctrination for the indoctrinated. And they're really pushing that agenda for the new world type of indoctrination.
Yeah, for sure. They just took an extra step in that direction for sure.
Yes.
So it's up to us. It's up to us to make things happen and not get discouraged. And we don't know what's real or not with any of this stuff. We don't know what they've been caught a bunch of times faking things and giving false information. So
right, and I'm not, you know, I'm not in with the grand designers or the architects. all I can do is by a litmus test, examine my surroundings, my interactions, and make an educated guess, even though it's still a type of speculation, and determine by Occam's razor, this seems to be what's going on.
So what would you say is going on? That's a big question, right?
Well, if you've studied any of even the World Economic people, and if you've studied any of the front guys for the advanced technology arena, they all have an ideal of a singular interface with technology and incorporating humans into it. And I just did a big show on that, and was questioning my stance on it. And it would seem to me that it would be easier if they were going to introduce general society into this type of technology in a mass world setting. They would not want idealistic opposition. And I think that has a lot to do with what's going on with the immigration situation too. They're gathering all the free thinkers, the dissidents, and the ones that could potentially pose a problem within the construct of what they're offering in this advanced technology and interfacing with it, neurolace or what it may be, and they're just going to do a type of a genocidal approach to it.
Kind of like I was talking about with the Vatican and the Cathars and the Gnostics.
Yes.
Anyone that tried to expose their false god, they slaughtered each and every one of them.
The Inquisition.
Same thing's kind of going there, which it is AI.
Yeah, they come out and admitted that. You know, even Elon, he now has the he is now on top of the state of the art for quantum computing and machine learning. Now, I do want your audience to understand there's a difference. Machine learning that they're handing people for AI is just algorithmic interpretation of the entire globe. It's gathered information. AI or GAI is actually sentient. It is self-aware and it thinks for itself. It doesn't gather information through an algorithm. That's machine learning. True AI is sentient. Now, I don't know whether they've achieved that yet. I would say most likely they have. But at the point we're at now, it seems very relevant with Elon getting FDA approval to start using chips. His neurolace and these new low satellites that they're getting ready to launch for the military are probably have some correlation to each other. So get rid of the dissidents, implement their machine or AI technology, bring us into a new conceptual reality, because they believe that this is not base reality, nor do I. And start with basic immersion into it, with the goggles and augmented reality, and then eventually introduce us into full immersion, which gives them the chance to give us a new God, absolute system of control, which could be much worse than what we're under right now. And at that point, you know, praying for death may not be an option.
On the subject you're talking about, you know, I used to get deep into AI back when we first met too, and I kind of like but I've been kind of getting a little bit more into it, you know, or you know, I'll go to a website and they'll have different headlines, and I saw this one the other day. This AI model called Morpheus 1 claims to induce lucid dreaming. And so this is about to come out. Neurotechnology startup Prophetic. It has all these biblical terms with all of these devices as well. AI model called Morpheus that it claims can help people both enter a lucid dream state and stabilize that dream.
Well,
The model
if I
takes
may,
current brain state as a prompt and generates ultrasound holograms that can be sent to the brain to start the lucid dream state and keep it stable.
precisely. And if I may,
Wow.
Ian, I endeavored into frequency technology to alter emotions. I went into subliminal technology, and I also went into what I call the dream program, which is a different frequency that I use behind imagery that allows a person to repeat the same dream. It's like a dream program. I have 2 of them on my channel that you can interact with. And what it does is it sets the mind through imagery and through a frequency to have the same dream over and over and over.
Mm. You just gotta wonder if they're able to project holograms in your mind and create this through that. What have they been doing?
Oh, well, once they had that skull, skull to mind technology, I believe that at that point they were able to cull the masses with dream technology, with imagery, and we know that during a particular desert war that was initiated, they were using that technology to demoralize the opposition.
I can't find it right now, but when I used to get into this too, with this brain to skull technology, I think it was in Washington. They did this thing with like the entire community, especially the homeless, where they would use this brain to skull technology as an experiment on the homeless people.
Yeah, and
it's hard to find this information now, though. The internet just gets all this weird stuff, so it's hard to find specific things when I'm trying to look for things I used to learn about.
I remember, Ian. I remember you dove into it, and you were making waves and strides in that area. But I don't think they stopped. I don't think that they just put it aside. And as far as here in the city I'm in, the homeless have disappeared. There are such a small remnant of new homeless, but it's nothing like what it was. And I'm like, well, that's odd. These things I keep an eye on. Environmental awareness is very important for everyone.
There's a lot of information. I'm not trying to get too much into this AI stuff because I already know that they're way beyond, and they're just passing, they're just giving us crumbs of different things to use and things like that. But they've already reached their threshold.
Right.
And so we already know where they're headed. So that's kind of all we need to really know for the most part. Kind of where they're at too on their timeline is important.
Yeah, I think the rest of this should be left up to personal research and personal individual studies. And I didn't mean to take, your conversation and to your attention.
No, I don't mind talking about it. I could get down the whole rabbit hole with this AI and stuff, and we can get into this brain of skull thing, but it's already there's so much information on this. People can do their research.
I will tell you though, as an ending statement on this, and we can move forward, is they have solidified light now. They have actually been able to take photonic light, and you can physically interact with it now. And I'll leave it at that.
Interesting. Internet searches only give 10 pages. They solidified light. Right. And then we're getting, the whole, So let's come back to this video here, and let's continue what Rory was sharing. We have much to get into, people.
Talk to beings,
and
then
of this, and if you want to jump in with anything, let me know. Set up here.
Come back to tell their stories. We call these people near-death experiencers, and they have near-death experiences, or NDEs. Most of these people see a giant light at the end of a tunnel when they die. Their family members show up and coax them to go into the light.
Let's do this, guys.
The whole thing seems to be an abrupt...
Let me start a new tab here. I cleared out my browsing history and did a few things. Let me see if turning my camera off does help too. Because if... where were we? Hey, bro, can you share that video again? Rory? It's not popping up in my history. Yeah, post that video again, bro, so I can pull that back up. I think we are 3 minutes in. There it is. Okay, we got it. All right. Let's try this again, guys. So if I didn't even think about this whole video playing thing, I totally forgot that this is happening. Let's fast forward to here. Yeah, we were there.
Their family members show up and coax them to go into the light. The whole thing seems to be an abrupt love fest, very culty, meant to overwhelm your senses and your awareness. What if this light is a trap? What if your soul is free and unencumbered in its original state? And at the moment of your physical body's death, your soul becomes free to go anywhere. But these friendly beings that look like Grandma June show up and manipulate your soul into this giant ball of light. Is this nothing more than the cheese on a mousetrap? And why would Grandma June do this? Because they need your soul for something. Maybe it's their food, maybe our souls hold some kind of sustenance for dark and discrete powers, but many NDEs report a memory wipe. So they're coaxed into an agreement, agreeing to go back to Earth into a new body, human or otherwise. But why is there a need for a memory wipe? Is it to keep us...
Okay. Dude, this is fucking pissing me off, dude. Experiencing interruptions, find out why. And I click why, and it says that I have the best, my internet's in the blue. I mean, it can't be any better, my connection. Ugh,
well, like I said, Ian, we did one stream that drew attention, and that was all it took.
It could be StreamYard. We're going to try to continue this. Oh, I know why I didn't show, because I'm on my backup channel. Okay.
Of the truth. In ancient Greek cosmology, Orphism believed that the newly dead were made to drink from the river Lethe, or Lethe, which caused them to lose all memory of their mortal life. But there were also those initiated into the teachings of Orphism who were taught to drink from the river Mnemosyne, the waters of memory. And why were some allowed to remember and others not? Think about all wipe. Is it to keep us ignorant of the truth? In ancient Greek cosmology, Orphism believed that the newly dead were made to drink from the river Leth, or Lethe, which caused them to lose all memory of their mortal life. But there were also those initiated into the teachings of Orphism who were taught to drink from the river Mnemosyne, the waters of memory. And why were...
Oh, wow. I didn't know that there is a cup of forgetfulness, and then there's another cup that the others can drink. Sounds like a fucking matrix system running on a level beyond this realm in the afterlife, my friends. What is this called again? So let me rewind. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Lanisa, good to see you again. And Barbara, Mr. Super.
Okay.
For me personally, all of these near-death experiences, all these things pretty much debunk the heaven and hell thing. You know what I mean? It's not like you're going to heaven or hell. No, you're going to go into the light and you're going to come right back. It's like that's what happens with everybody. So it kind of debunks the thing, like, oh, you know, this judgment thing, and it's like, okay, well, now you're going, you know, whatever. But seems as though it's like you're going to the light or you're not, and the people that aren't, we're not hearing about those people. So
have you entertained the ideal of what is being presented now as, and I ascribe to it, a quantum death?
can you
This has been
please
in a field
expound
of
on that a little bit?
research.
I'm interested.
Yes.
The quantum death?
Yeah, it was introduced by a lot of quantum mechanic theorists and a lot of the people in the quantum field, that when you die in one particular interpretation of what we're in now, this reality, and it's not time for, let's say it's not time, or you're caught in a quantum system. When you die, instead of a heaven, a hell, or whatever, you just revert to a new line of a potential reality, which coincides with the reality you're at right now. And they've done a lot of research. Some people have overdosed. Some people have been in car accidents where they absolutely should have died, but the report is that they didn't. It's almost as if the accident or the overdose or the situation nullified itself, but yet the new interpretation or the new aspect of that reality has changed, and they don't feel that it's the same base Earth or Earth projection that they came from. They feel like they're in a new one, and that they had died and just transcended over to the next local reality. A lot of research in that field, Ian.
It's interesting.
Yeah,
Death,
it's called, yes. Yeah. And it has nothing to do with heaven and hell. It has to do with the many worlds interpretation. And there are countless experiences of this from many, many people.
Do this. Interesting. It goes
Just,
to
just thought it would be something interesting for maybe you to kind of look into as an alternative to this heaven hell thing, because I didn't experience a heaven or a hell. I didn't experience a deity. And even in some of my most profound situations, you know, that I felt that I should have definitely, you know, moved out of this realm of existence, I didn't.
But where was your belief systems at that time?
Well, I'm an omniist, Ian.
But when you had your near-death experience, were you still the same?
Yeah, I was an omniist. You know, I observe all religions, all philosophies, all esoterics. I ascribe to none, but utilize the best of them all. And I would say, as far as my base philosophy goes, it would be more Hinduism. That's just philosophy. That's not religion.
Hmm. Well, we're getting into near-death experiences next. We're going to continue this video here.
Sure.
About the Loosh Farm illusion.
Were some allowed to remember and others not? Think about all the wisdom and all the memories.
Now that I'm not coughing, I wanted to address Barbara. Good to see you here. Really appreciate her presence.
For sure. The immortal needs immortals to be that way, so they are really immortal. They have their end date too, and they know it. Earth Recycling Center is on full tilt. Loosh output at its record high rates fiscal year to date. Everyone that said he was covered in blood, and the next moment it was gone. Did he jump reality? Could be. Definitely.
All the things you loved, gone, erased, wiped from your memory. Your soul returns to Earth in a new form with no recollection of the life it just lived.
You know, if this is going to be happening to the stream, then I might have to.
Because if you remembered your past lives with all their lessons and traumas, you might start to see this world for what it truly is, a prison, or worse, a livestock pen. These dark forces that disguise themselves as your family members, they're highly intelligent beings, and they convince us to go into this light at death because they're using us for sustenance. They know that our souls are immortal and pure in their original state, but by subjecting us to emotional pain, trauma, or even good things like a sense of belonging, we produce energy. This energy some have called loosh. You might think of this energy as what other cultures have referred to as chi.
Okay. So
prana, or even pneuma. But the term loosh comes from Robert Monroe's book, Far Journeys, where he used a technology called hemisync to exit his physical body and traverse other dimensions using his light body, or some might call it his astral body. He used these journeys to acquire information from non-human beings in other realms or dimensions. And on one occasion, he asked for a detailed history of Earth, and was given the story from an objective perspective. It's a long, technical story, but in short, this energy, loosh, is a naturally occurring energy. Some describe it as a love radiation. It's found throughout the universe in different forms and potencies. Quoting now from Far Journeys. Someone, somewhere, or both, in millions or unaccountable, requires, likes, needs, values, collects, drinks, eats, or uses as a drug a substance identified as loosh. This is a rare substance in some places, and those who possess loosh find it vital for whatever it is used for. Faced with this question of supply and demand, someone decided to produce it artificially, so to speak, rather than search for it in its natural form. He decided to build a garden and grow loosh. End quote. As you might have guessed, this garden was Earth. Now imagine someone, some higher being, experimenting with Earth's biology and geology until they found the perfect life form for loosh production. Us. Humans. That's right. They found that humans produce a pure and potent form of loosh, unparalleled by any other source. But the thing that made humans produce this energy was loneliness, among other things. Quoting again from Far Journeys, I've revised some of the technical language to make it a little clearer to understand.
So, yeah.
Quote, it was standing alone under a leafy upper portion of a large tree. It wasn't hungry. It was not in conflict with another human. It was not acting in defense of its young. Then why did it emanate distilled loosh in such great quantity? Someone moved closer. His perception...
This is pissing me off so bad, dude.
I can imagine.
Oh my god, I'm not going to be able to take this.
entered into the human unit, and then he knew. The unit was lonely. It was this effect that produced distilled loosh. As someone drew back, he noted another unusual inconsistency. The human unit suddenly had become aware of his presence. It had collapsed and was jerking in strange convulsions on the solid base formation. Clear liquid was being expelled from the two radiation-perceiving orifices. With this, the distilled loosh emitted became even more pronounced. End quote. Loneliness and fear were key to human loosh production, but that wasn't all. Quoting again from Far Journeys. From experience, the collectors have evolved an entire technology with complementary tools for the harvesting of loosh from the male human units. The most common have been named love, friendship, family, greed, hate, pain, guilt, disease, pride, ambition, ownership, possession, sacrifice, and on a larger scale, nations, provincialism, wars, famine, religion, machines, freedom, industry, trade, to list a few. Loosh production is higher than ever before. And again, that's...
Okay, I want to say something about this, but give me a second, because I'm not totally with this. I think some people take it too far, just like the manifestation. I think this guy's taking it to a level of that I'm not with the loosh. But
I would like to interject. I'd like to interject when you get your statement across, Ian.
Yeah, I just want to share this real quick. Let me stop my screen share and let me reshare the Brave browser here. Let me get rid of all of these. Okay, so we were at, I think, 7 minutes. Let's see real quick if this plays better, and then we're gonna get into... Oh, It's not letting me share that. Interesting. Anyways, so sorry guys. It's not letting me share my Brave browser tabs. I don't know what the fuck's going on with this shit. You know what? Bro, wait here for... Well, let me do this. Yeah, if you want to interject about that while I set this up, bro, please. Because they're saying, oh, all love, loneliness, fear, like any emotion is all loosh and it's food for them. So again, it's another thing turning us into robots. We need to have No emotions. Oh my God, I don't want to love anybody because it's food for the archons. I think that's another trap itself. I don't take it that far.
Well, if I may, your emotions are not required in this situation that is transpiring right now. They have, and if you research, and they have not withheld this information, using our bioelectric fields to create us, or use it, not create, they've already done it, to use us as nodal points for transmission of Wi-Fi technology. Wi-Fi technology and cellular technology. You have a address attached to your personal being now that's almost like a MAC address or an IP address. And they are, at this moment, using you as a nodal point to transmit the signal, and not only transmit, receive. And this is fact. This isn't speculation. This isn't, some type of observation that I have no proof of. It's easily found. It's abundantly researchable, and they are utilizing the human being. And I'm not saying energy harvesting, but they are using our electromagnetic field as nodal points for transceivers of Wi-Fi and cellular technology, and who knows what other type of frequencies they're using us to transmit. I went into an endeavor with this with a gentleman named Max Vision, and this is they're basically, to my notion, it's intrusion. It's intrusion, and it's a bioelectrical type of rape. I'm not getting paid to be a nodal point and a transceiver or transmitter. I don't get a residual check for that. So they're just stealing it. Now, how that applies to energy harvesting doesn't seem much different, does it?
No, it doesn't. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to make this Brave account active so I can. It's not working. So, yeah, I see what you're saying. Let me pull this video back up where we were at here.
Yeah, and I want to address a comment down there. It says, I don't allow anyone to use my energy. Well, when they're tapping into your bioelectric field, you really don't have a choice in the matter unless you're behind a Faraday cage or you have a decoherent signal that you're transmitting as a defense to keep them from using your electrobio field. I know a lot of people think that they're above it or that it won't affect them, or even some that say, well, God is watching out for me. No, that's not true. Through my research, everyone is susceptible to a different degree and level, no matter what their opinion or belief is. It's the same as a bullet. Kinetic energy, no matter what your belief is, if that bullet hits you, it's going to do damage. Well, it's the same with these frequencies that they're using. These frequencies and vibrations and spectrums and ranges that are very unnatural and are coherent in nature as being sent signals, frequencies. And the best that you can hope for is that you develop maybe a decoherency or a type of Faraday environment to keep from being affected by them. But even at that point, you're going to be considered a dead zone, or it's going to echo back, which will probably alert them that your particular address is not responding to what they're transmitting. And I'll leave it at that.
Okay, here we go. Let me enter the studio on my I'm gonna enter on a different browser real quick. Sorry guys, bear with me for 1 second. Enter without cam. Oh, so with this one I gotta, okay, there we go. Let me see here. And I should be, okay. Okay, we should be better. Are we clear right now? Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Okay, so now I'm gonna try to now I'm on the Brave browser. Let's see if this plays any different.
Okay, if I can, I want to address one comment here.
No, yeah, go ahead.
Is not them using you as a nodal point for sending and receiving signals from technology a parasite within itself?
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Wait 1 second. Yep. Okay, guys. Let's try this again. Okay. Okay, we're going to try this again, guys. I apologize for the technical difficulties. I'm going to try to avoid. Let me try to share my. Okay, let's see if this video plays. If it doesn't that well, then it takes away another option as what's going on with my internet or when I stream. It's not the internet, that's for sure. It's not the computer. I mean, too much money I spent on this fucking computer already. So much money.
The distilled loosh emitted became even more pronounced. End quote. Loneliness and fear were key to human loosh production, but that wasn't all. Quoting again from Far Journeys. From experience, the collectors have evolved an entire technology with complementary tools for the harvesting of loosh from the male human units. The most common have been named love, friendship, family, greed, hate, pain, guilt, disease, pride, ambition, ownership, possession, sacrifice, and...
Wow, it's playing really good. This is good news, so it looks like it was. 1 second. Okay, so I can't. I'm gonna be stuck with. I'm gonna have to have my camera off. What was I about to say? Something came to my mind. I just slipped my mind.
And on a larger scale, nations, provincialism, wars, famine, religion, machines, freedom, industry, trade, to list a few. Loosh production is higher than ever before. And again, that's from Robert Monroe's book, Far Journeys, pages 162 through 170. So these so-called collectors have created a world that maximizes human loosh production with a ruthless corporate efficiency that would make Walmart blush. They tricked us into coming back to this loosh farm with promises of wealth, fame, and a sense of duty to our loved ones or country, but it's all a lie. They just want us to pump out more loosh for their bottom line. We cannot be killed, but we can be manipulated. If we consider the possibility that Earth is a loosh farm where the souls of humans are harvested for energy, it is not a stretch to imagine that the power structures on our planet also serve this purpose. Rulers and governments, on some level, may be complicit in creating the conditions for human misery, allowing the Archons to harvest our louche. Furthermore, they may also be tasked with conditioning us, the cattle, to enter the light when we die. It's a strange and unsettling thought. It's a known fact that those in power will often use subtle programming in movies and music to influence the public. This practice, known as predictive programming, involves placing images and messages into their products that entrain the public to accept certain concepts and events that support the type of world they want. Take, for example, military movies, particularly those produced in the United States. It's no secret that Hollywood works closely with the U.S. Department of Defense on their military movies. The DoD gets script approval, and in return, Hollywood gets the use of real military hardware in their productions. Just in case any censorious Archontic agent wants to knock me for saying so, I will link an article from defense.gov which proves what I'm saying is true. They make sure that American imperial activity is always portrayed in a heroic light, making the average American compliant with our military's various campaigns overseas. This technique is incredibly powerful, and it's important for us to consider that they may be using it for other agendas as well. For example, in Monsters, Inc., an interdimensional corporation run by hideous monsters use interdimensional portals to enter our reality and frighten human children to harvest their screams, their fear. They use the energy, the louche, that they harvest from these children to power their monster civilization. The monsters have an industrial capacity to cross from their work floor into the bedrooms of innocent human children via their closet doors. These monsters are not gods, just ugly. They are dependent on resource production to survive, and that resource is the fear of human children. Once they realize the moral horror of what they're doing, two of the monsters turn on their evil corporate employers and fight to reform their society in a way that won't exploit and brutalize the psyches of innocents. In The Truman Show, the titular character is deceived from birth by a shadowy group of controllers that hide in the moon. He is made to live out a miserable false existence for the entertainment of the masses. The evil corporation who owns him, he is a slave, is getting rich off of the existential sadness of Truman's fraudulent life. His heartbreak, his trauma, and his longings are all put on display. In essence, the TV crew is harvesting his louche in exchange for ratings. The movie is full of induced trauma, but one particularly horrible crime is when the controllers fake his father's death at sea in order to induce a phobia of the sea in Truman. That way, he'll never try to escape. The main producer, played by Ed Harris, believes he is a benevolent slaver and has convinced himself that he is actually a good fatherly figure in Truman's life. This insane Archon is a mere human. The only way Truman is able to escape his enslavement is by directly facing his phobia and overcoming it. He has to realize that he is more powerful than his fear. In Oblivion, an alien artificial intelligence named Sally invades Earth and seeks to genocide humanity and acquire all their resources. Sally clones a dead military commander and creates thousands of replicas, using them as an army of drone technicians in her service. She lies to Jack and tells him that he is the last man alive on Earth after a war with aliens. Soon, Jack learns of the deception. He is one of thousands of clones, and he has died thousands of times in Sally's service. He has his memory wiped each time a new clone is deployed. Sally is the invading alien. This clone decides to destroy the false AI god who created him and save humanity. In The Good Place, we are presented with the concept of an afterlife where 4 human souls are welcomed to the good place, where the controllers match human souls together in an allegedly perfect union. But as we delve deeper into the story, we discover that this utopia is actually run by demons, whose job it is to psychologically torture the humans there. These demons, posing as humans, manipulate the souls to keep them from achieving true happiness. Once the characters realize that they are in a sort of hell, the demons wipe their memories and start over. They've gone through hundreds of simulations, and the architect behind it all, named Michael, presents himself as an angel, but it is later revealed to be a demiurgic figure similar to the Gnostics' Yaldabaoth. Westworld delves into the dark world of archontic control and abuse. Set in a Western-themed amusement park, this show revolves around the relationship between the park's controllers and the android hosts who populate it. The controllers, who represent the Gnostic Archons, have complete control over the hosts and use them to fulfill their darkest desires of wealth.
Sorry, I've been doing a lot of things in the background trying to merge to this other browser is probably messing up the internet. I'll stop.
However, as the series progresses, the hosts begin to develop self-awareness and rebel against their oppressors, leading to a dangerous power struggle. The hosts in Westworld are us. They are enslaved and paranoid androids in an artificial reality, being brutalized for their louche, all for the entertainment of their slavers. After they are beaten, raped, or murdered, systematic destruction of all keys to the ancient wisdom, so that none might have access to the knowledge necessary to reach adeptship without first becoming one of their order. They mutilated the rituals of the mysteries while professing to believe them. End quote.
Now look, no one is to stone anyone until I...
Evil demiurgic servants set about to change that. Hall writes further, quote, false interpretations were given to the emblems and figures of the mysteries, and elaborate theologies were created to confuse the minds of their devotees. The masses, deprived of their birthright of understanding and groveling in ignorance, eventually became the abject slaves of the spiritual impostors. Superstition universally prevailed, and the black magicians completely dominated national affairs, with the result that humanity still...
What's this thing about this eye thing, dude?
Suffers from the sophistries of the ancient occult priestcrafts. End quote. In 2017, Peter Mark Adams released The Game of Saturn. Using a unique tarot deck belonging to Italian aristocrats from the Renaissance, Adams uncovered a shocking revelation. Quoting from the book's description, The Game of Saturn is the first full-length, scholarly study of the enigmatic Renaissance masterwork known as the Solabusca Tarot. It reveals the existence of a pagan liturgical and ritual tradition active amongst members of the Renaissance elite and encoded within the deck. Beneath its beautifully decorated surface, its imagery ranges from the obscure to the grotesque. We encounter scenes of homoeroticism, wounding, immolation, and decapitation, redolent of hidden meanings, violent transformations, and obscure rites. For the first time in over 500 years, the clues embedded within the cards reveal a dark, Gnostic grimoire, replete with the pagan theurgical and astral magical rites. Careful analysis demonstrates that the presiding deity of this cult object is none other than the Gnostic demiurge, in its most archaic and violent form, the Afro-Levantine serpent dragon Baal Haman, also known as Kronos and Saturn, though most notoriously as the biblical Moloch, the devourer of children. End quote. It has been common knowledge among alternative researchers for decades that many in the ruling class have an occultic allegiance to Moloch. This Moloch cult has been around for thousands of years. People in power have been serving Moloch, Saturn, Baal Haman, Kronos for a very long time, and they still do today. Here's a clip from a recent Lex Friedman podcast number 314 interview with Liv Bourret.
Yeah, let's go to Moloch. What's Moloch? You did a great video on Moloch, one aspect of it, the application of it to
Instagram beauty filters.
True.
Very niche. I wanted to start off small. Moloch was originally coined as well. So apparently back in the Canaanite times, it was this ancient Carthaginian. I can never say it. Carthaginian. Somewhere around 300 BC or 200 AD. I don't know. There was supposedly this death cult who would sacrifice their children to this awful demon god thing they called Moloch, in order to get power, to win wars. So really dark, horrible things. And it was literally about child sacrifice. Whether they actually existed or not, we don't know. But in mythology, they did. And this god that they worshipped was this thing called Moloch. And then, I don't know, it seemed like it was kind of quiet throughout history in terms of mythology beyond that, until this movie, Metropolis, in 1927, talked about this. You see that there was this incredible futuristic city that everyone was living great in, but then the protagonist goes underground into the sewers and sees that the city is run by this machine, and this machine basically would just kill the workers all the time because it was just so hard to keep it running. They were always dying, so there was all this suffering that was required in order to keep the city going. And then the protagonist has this vision that this machine is actually this demon Moloch. So again, it's this sort of mechanistic consumption of humans in order to get more power.
If you know the symbols, Moloch or Saturn worship seems to be everywhere. From corporate logos to prominent religious centers, we can see the rulers broadcasting their true elite.
the where is it? The cube. There's your dimensions of heaven from the Bible right there. What were you gonna say?
You asked about the eye symbology. Even in the big club that we're not in, there are levels. There are those that do not display themselves behind the scenes, and then there are those that are given various esoteric knowledges and symbologies as identifications to their role in the production of the social engineering. And then there are those of us who's kind of outside of that, who doesn't have a concept or clue as to the club that we're not in. And that's with many esoteric and organizations that maintain a private level. Though they feel and they're receiving benefits and they're playing their part in the overall social construct of things, there is a massive underlying power behind them. And then for the general public, we're just not invited. It's not a club that we're going to be invited to. So they kind of identify their role in that engineering with symbology and esoteric gestures and phrases.
Yeah, I see that for sure.
And do be aware that you are on, you're on a course that isn't off, because they do harvest energy. They do for themselves harvest in sometimes
so do we
very
too, right?
Yes. Oh yeah. It's this particular plane of existence is a plane of consumption. I mean,
I would say even like a good world that's not controlled by these demigods. Let's say it's like a real world that's not controlled by evil beings. In reality, it would be powered by. We would be powering that world too. You know what I mean? Even if it was on the up and up, I would see that. They say, "Oh, we're all powering the system, and it's all evil in this matrix." Well, even if it wasn't. All these red flags, I think we'd be in a world that we'd be powering with our energy too. You know what I mean? Even a good world.
Yes.
So I think it'd be normal.
That seems to be the natural function of things. Even if you research physics and how, entropy and energy, frequency and vibration work, there has to be cause and effect. There has to be a transmutation of one into the other. And I don't ascribe to the good or the evil. It's, to me, it's a sliding scale, and it's the aspect that you take on. But regardless, I have yet to encounter anything outside of this realm that didn't require the use of some type of energy.
Yeah, so sometimes this loosh is the trap itself, because it's like they do everything to keep us on a low vibration and everything to keep our awareness down. So then even with this loosh concept, that I do believe that to an extent, if I raise my awareness and raise my vibe or whatever, then I'm still food. So it's just, I don't know. I'm not totally with all that, because like then it's like you want to be this program bot that's just even emotioned, and you don't want to show anyone because it's all food. I don't really look at it that way necessarily.
Can I give a speculation?
Yep.
Regardless of the fractal nature that seems to be evident in our existence, even as a conscious observer on this plane of existence, no matter which plane that you go to, you are still written within the construct of either a dimension or a plane of existence. One of the concepts I've always played with is, can the sketch that you put on paper remove itself and become a sentient being? And that's kind of how you have to understand this existence. You are, whether you like it or not, nothing more than an inscribed presence on a fractal natured universe. And when you try to peel yourself off of it, well, you know, it's kind of like ripping a piece of paper in half, or trying to become a painting on the wall, manifesting itself outside of the construct in which it was designed upon. Regardless of the level, regardless of the dimension, until you achieve, you know, even a pure energy state, you are still interacting with a fractal version of dimension or the fractal nature of existence. Uh-oh. Did we lose Ian? Yeah, I see that. Can you hear me, chat? Am I coming through? Okay. Since you can hear me, I'll try and hold this over for Ian. There are certain attributes that, even in this plane, we have to take on, such as eating, drinking, water, or whatever liquids you consume to help sustain us here. And that's the consumption of a type of energy. And there are various forms of energy, whether it's prana or actual physical food, or some people who use other people's energies and electron, I'm sorry, electromagnetic field. This seems to be an electromagnetic type of plane of existence. It is, regardless, governed by equation. And even if you step out of it, there's still a relevancy that holds true to it, regardless of whether it's transdimensional, fractal, or any other, such as dimensional. There is still a relevancy to whatever degree you go to, and there's a type of law of thermodynamics that has to happen. To say that you are an energy that is completely released and free of any aspect of this construct, to my notion, and this is just my opinion and observation, you would remove yourself from the source of your own existence, which could potentially lead into the absence of existence itself for you. Okay. Sorry, Ian, I was trying to hold over.
No, it's all right. My bad. I'm just not going to be able to turn my camera on. It boots me off. I have to like fix all this. My bad, guys. Let's get back here. When I turn my camera, it just boots me off the stream. That's so weird. Okay. Okay. Sorry, guys. Let's continue this for a minute. Okay. My bad, everyone.
Allegiance under the cover of day. They tell the masses that these
You know what? I might just reboot the stream because turn my camera on. Oh, access left. You guys, you know what? This isn't gonna work. So the Brave browser is working much better, but I'm gonna have to reboot the stream and start over with the new game plan, guys, because this yeah, let's play.
Symbols mean something different, but among themselves, it is Saturn worship. The planet Saturn actually has a hexagonal storm on one of its poles just perpetually churning. The hexagon is a 2D representation of a flattened cube. Strange that the ancients somehow knew the association between the cube and the actual planet, millions of miles away. The Kaaba in Mecca, where 1 billion Muslims pray toward every day, is a black cube. During the Great Hajj, or pilgrimage, a sea of Muslims circle around the black cube, just like the rings around the planet Saturn. Saturn is often known as the Lord of the Rings, in fact.
Wow.
Another religious group whose name slips my mind wear a black cube over their third eye as they pray. They call this a phylactery. It's clear from the evidence that this louche farm and its accompanying soul trap at the end of a life are maintained by more than just dark forces and heavenly places. These archons have their well-placed minions in flesh and blood bodies. For every hyperdimensional Dracula, I guess you need an earthbound Renfield. This reality seems to be a corporate-owned prison run by hyperdimensional beings, getting fat stacks off of our slavery. But our slavery isn't that of labor. We are enslaved for our energy.
Okay, so this is going to be the game plan, guys. What I want to start getting into, I can't even turn my camera on, so I got to fix so I could turn my camera on. I'm thinking about getting deep into near-death experiences. So I think we're going to start the stream over and focus on near-death experiences and do our own investigation into this and purely near-death experiences. That's where I want to head, and that's where we were going to go to in the beginning. Dealing with all these issues, the Brave browser is working a lot better. So, but I got to somehow connect my camera and StreamYard and all my accounts. I got to plug in all this stuff. So I'm going to restart the stream shortly. It's unfortunate, but at least the videos will play a lot better. So I'm going to, sorry guys, I'm going to shut it down. I want to make sure that we're on point. You know what I mean? So it's unfortunate, but I got to do what I got to do. StreamYard sucks. So I might go live on Zoom or something. We'll see. We'll see. But the video is playing great. So that's all I really care about. Sorry, everybody. We're going to restart in the next hour or so. So look out. Make sure your notifications are on. And I'm going to boot this thing. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We'll be back. Much love.